Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again for part 3. Sheriff is going crazy. He's trying to figure out in his mind, for one, where his wife is at. For two, he's still trying to, recollect and figure out, how could I have missed this? If I had been a snake, it would have bitten me. Been married to my wife for 10 years. Over 10 years. And come to find out that she had a sex change and she never told me about it. Now, for you all that haven't seen part 1 and part 2, then obviously you want to go back and watch those and then come back and revisit part 3, the finale. There won't be a part 4. As disappointed as some of you all may be. Respectfully. He gone to his best buddy, the sheriff. Speaking of the sheriff, he gone to his best buddy, which is the current sheriff, was trying to get information on this Fred Johnson. Nothing came about. Getting to the point to where he was drinking himself to sleep every single night. The pain, the sorrow, the hurt that he was enduring. He gets to looking through the house even more. Doesn't necessarily know what he's looking for, but he's just looking for something. He's looking for answers. He's looking for clues. Nobody wants to tell me the truth. Nobody wants to, it's like this person just appeared on earth. Gotta have some family somewhere. I know nothing about this person that I've been married to for 10 years. I know absolutely nothing. Digging throughout the closets. All the spots that he typically doesn't go to. Runs across a brown envelope. Like a yellow envelope, actually. Goes inside of the envelope. There's a whole lot of papers, documents. What the heck is going on? Life insurance policy. $1.5 million. $1.5 million. Again, he's looking at it. He sees his signature. I don't remember signing anything like this. But this is clearly my signature. When could this have possibly taken place? Continues to dig even more. He finds a phone. Cuts the phone on, doesn't have a lock code or anything on it. It's like a burner phone, one of those cheap phones that you buy. Walmart somewhere, $20, something like that. So he's looking at the phone and he's seeing these text messages. And it's clearly his wife, Mary, texting another man. When do you plan to make the move? I can't continue to... actually, he didn't say I can't continue, but what he was saying was, I need to be with you, and I need to be with you ASAP, immediately. I'm longing for your love. The sheriff puts 2 and 2 together. She's planning to take me out. She's planning to take me out, take everything, plus the insurance money that she would get, and go and be with this individual. Wow. Goes back to the living room. He's sitting on the couch just in true amazement. Everything was just so beautiful a couple weeks ago. Everything was lovely between us now. I find out that all the things that I found out about my wife was really born Fred Johnson, with a Johnson. And not only that, my wife is plotting to take me off the face of this earth for the insurance money. I ain't going out like that. He's sitting on the couch. Once again, tears streaming down his eyes. Here's a car pull up in the driveway. It had like a gravel driveway. So you could always hear, an individual when they pull up. It's his wife. She comes into the house. She speaks, but it's subtle, hey. Goes into the kitchen. It's typically what she would do when she would come into the house. I see you're still at it. Speaking of, Sheriff drinking the bourbon. Doesn't really have much to say. She goes upstairs and he can hear the commotion. Not necessarily commotion, but he could tell that, she's once again packing her items, her things up or whatever. He's just even more heated. But he knows that he has to keep his anger in check, under control. This particular juncture, he's not drunk or anything. Yeah, he's had a couple drinks, but he's not drunk by any stretch of the imagination. He deeply regrets the fact that he put his hands on his wife prior to her leaving a week beforehand. She comes downstairs. She has her suitcase. And she acts as though she's just going to walk out of the house. So you just going to leave? I mean, you're just going to leave without, we're not going to conversate about this. I mean, you don't owe me an explanation. You don't owe me any sort of an apology. You just going to leave? What does she do? She flips it. The wife flips it. I tried to talk to you. I tried my best to talk to you about it. But you didn't want to listen. You just totally ignored my feelings when I tried to come to you. You weren't there for me. I wasn't there for you. How could you possibly say that I wasn't there for you? You lied to me for our entire marriage. I knew that something wasn't all the way necessarily right. Because as I already mentioned, no family, I've never met your family, no desire to have kids, but that's just how much I loved you. I loved you so much that I didn't care about any of those things. I just wanted you to be happy. So you're going to sit up here and say that I wasn't there for you? You wasn't there for me. There's no way that you could have been because I loved you. I loved you. And no, I didn't tell you everything, but I never lied to you. Never lied to me, huh? So where do we go from here? Where do we, I'm like at a loss for words. Where do we go from here? Love is not like a light switch. I can't just, flip the switch and although I found out what I found out, I can't just not love you anymore. I just need time. I just need space. Is there someone else? No. How could you say something like that? I just need some space to clear my thoughts, to get my mind right, just to think about this whole ordeal. Once again, as though she didn't just, just as though she hasn't been living a lot. I got something to ask you. Once again, I got something to show you. He left the envelope, in the kitchen. Come here. She's very, very reluctant because, after all, he did put his hands on her before, and She don't know where his headspace is at this point. So reluctantly, she goes into the kitchen with him. Immediately, she understands what this is about because she sees the envelope. Goes inside of the envelope. What is this? What is this? I mean, what do you mean what it is? What is it? It's just an insurance policy. What husband and wife don't have an insurance policy? This is 1.2 million. And furthermore, I don't understand how my signature got on here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're so engulfed in other things that you have going on. You don't even remember signing these. I brought these papers to you several months ago. And you signed every last one of them. You don't even remember. The sheriff gets to thinking. She did bring these papers to me, but I thought that it was just something else. I didn't know that this was a totally different policy. You brought the papers to me. I'm thinking that I'm just signing something that we already have or whatever. But no. I've agreed to a whole new insurance policy. Breaks out the phone. Who was this individual? DK. That was the initials, in the phone. Who was this individual that you've been chatting with? Is it done yet? When do you plan to make your move? I can't wait to see you again. He's just a friend. He's just a friend. So tell me about this friend DK. Because it appears to me that you all are plotting and making plans that doesn't include me. What does he mean? Is it done yet? I can't wait to see you again. He's just a friend, I told you. So if he's just a friend and it's something that's just totally innocent, why haven't I met him? Haven't met anyone affiliated with you, associated, related to you. Why haven't I met this friend if he's just a friend? I was afraid. I was afraid. Afraid of what? I was afraid of what you may think. I have to go now. Mary attempts to leave. The sheriff grabs her by her arm. No, you're not going anywhere. I don't mean to grab you like that. He doesn't violently grab her by her arm, but you're not going anywhere. We need to work this out. We need to talk this thing out, figure out what we're going to do. But I'm not letting you just leave, and I don't know when you're coming back, and I don't know where we stand. I told you I just need time. You're not going nowhere. Imagine, fellas, you in this exact scenario. And I know that a lot of you all will be like, oh, man, I'm out of there, man. I'm gone. But love doesn't just work like you don't just, like he was telling her, you don't just hit a light switch, flip a switch, and then that love is gone. That hurt, man, that you want answers. You know that something's not right, clearly not right. But somehow, some way, you're deep down inside, you're just hoping that this thing can somehow be worked out or just go away. We can return back to happiness. But how could we ever return back to happiness? Because you're not the person that I thought that you were. Sheriff kept an old revolver from when he was the actual sheriff. He kept it in a specific drawer in the kitchen. He goes to retrieve that revolver, and Mary knows exactly what he's going to that drawer to get. She reaches for the drawer just as well. They're both tussling. It's like they both have their hands, he's going for it, she's going for it, and it's in one drawer. You know what I mean? Like, so it's in the drawer, and they got both of their hands or whatever in the drawer trying to grab this revolver. She gets the revolver before he can get to it. He's coming towards her. Stop, stop. I just want to talk. I wasn't going to get the gun to do anything to you or whatever. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. He continues to come towards his wife. Bow. Bow. Multiple shots. Just like that, he's laying on the ground, bleeding. 911 is called. They come out, ambulance, police. It's too late. Sheriff was gone. You see, the plot and the plan that Mary had, it seems, had worked out. And it could have worked out just in her favor. Just in Mary's favor. Sheriff is gone. Mary's the wife. He has kids, but Mary never had kids. Everything was going to be Mary's. Police want to talk to her about, exactly what happened. They bring her down to the police station, precinct, whatever. Mary's telling the story. He was violent towards me. He was putting his hands on me. That's why I left. I left because I wanted to calm the situation down. I didn't want to endure anything like that. He's been putting his hands on me for years. He hasn't. He hadn't been. But this was the story. I just wanted our happiness back. They don't even know at this point that Mary was born Fred Johnson. They continue to interrogate. The story just didn't sound right. They determined that the shooting was it wasn't just, and they arrested her. Murder. Sit in the county jail. And that's when everything came out. You see, the current sheriff, as I've already mentioned, was appointed by the sheriff that just was unalived by his wife, Mary. And you all do recall that the sheriff, the retired sheriff, had told the current sheriff about his wife. Some of the things that was going on as far as being born Fred Johnson. So he knew exactly what was going on. And then the insurance papers, they came into play. The phone, the text messages, all of these things through a search warrant while she was incarcerated was brought out. The jury was going to hear this. She's going to trial as the battered wife. The battered wife that nobody in this whole world understands. Because of the transformation. Going from Fred Johnson to Mary, the sheriff's wife. That was the role. That was the role that Mary played, her attorneys played. And when it was all said and done, a jury came back with a conviction of manslaughter. Not murder, manslaughter. Gave her 6 years. Despite the insurance papers. Despite everything that was clearly obvious that she had planned to do something to him and be with this other individual. 6 years. in which Mary would be eligible for parole in 3 years. Mary had already been in the county jail for almost a year fighting the case. Let's just say a year. So he had 2 more years before Mary had an opportunity to get out on parole. Mary does those 2 years and makes parole. 3 years on a 6-year sentence. Mary makes parole. It was in a small town, so obviously Mary couldn't go back to that town. Moves to a totally different state. Gets a fresh start. To be honest, I'm not sure whatever happened with the DK individual. I would assume that he went on about his merry way. I mean, after all, there was no insurance money to collect at this point. Not Mary wasn't going to get it. The kids, the daughters. But Mary wasn't entitled to that insurance money. You know, it's just one of those situations to where it really, really makes you wonder. It really, really makes you think about things and put things in a perspective. Like, you can be with an individual, but how well do you really know that individual? Married for over 10 years, and to find out something like this. Once again, the recollection, all the red flags, all the signs. But hindsight is 2020. When you think back to certain things, it's like, how could I have missed this? But who would have ever thought that? Nobody is sitting around thinking that their significant other had a gender change. That's not even something that remotely crosses your mind. It's kind of scary because, you know, and I've seen people jump in the comment section, and that's why I don't get married, kids. Because people are never who they claim to be. Now, I can't fully agree with that, but hey, I respect everybody's opinion. Give an individual a choice to be how you're trying to make them. If you had a gender change and that's your lifestyle and that's what you do, you don't just trick a person and be like, I was going to tell you, but I was afraid. Because at some point you will be exposed. That person is going to find out. And look how this story ended. Violence. The average individual is not going to take that too kindly. I think that it was one of those situations to where I guess the jury kind of looked at it as if she didn't get him, he was going to get her. So she was just protecting herself, her life, her well-being. Sad, sad story, man. Something that seemed to be a perfect love. It was all one big lie, basically. Real Kens TV, man. Hopefully you all like the videos. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Again, if you, for whatever reason, watch this video and you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, go back and check it out, man. Very, very interesting story. Real Kens TV, man.